Our mission is to bring our beautiful Polish folk dance traditions to you. In addition, we have Dolina from Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is not a stone's throw away. And it is so great when you can connect with another group that shares your same interests and the same love of dancing that we have for all of you. Our first dance of the afternoon will be the Polonaise, one of the most famous and elegant of Poland's 5 national dances. The Polonaise is a walking dance performed in pairs and is known for its graceful movement. It was a very popular dance among the nobility and was traditionally used to open great events and parties throughout the land, such as today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Polonaise.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Orchestra. I'm with the Doylestown Polish folk dancers, the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. We're happy we were invited this summer. Labor Day, I still consider summer, to come and join your festival. Our first set of dances will be a suite of dances from Lublin, which is in southeastern Poland. Any Lublinites out there? Kosta Lublina? Pochodzi z Lublina? Me? It's okay. Johnson Lubelski.
Let's have another hand for Dolita. That was fantastic. PKM's next dance is actually a combination of two national dances of Poland, the Kujawiak and the Oberta. The Kujawiak, first, is a dance of intricate revolving patterns that originates from the Kujawa region of central Poland. It is danced with a calm dignity and simplicity in a smooth, flowing manner that is reminiscent of tall grain stalks that are found in a common sight in this area of Poland. By contrast, the Oberta is the most vivacious and acrobatic of Poland's five national dances. The name is derived from the verb operaca, meaning to spin, and you'll see a lot of that reflected in the fast tempo, circular movement, and the whirling character of the dance. Please enjoy.
Just a little technical difficulties.
that great, ladies and gentlemen? So we're going to bring Doylestown back again, but before we do, I just want to make a note. We always get so many questions about the beautiful costumes that we wear. And today, for the first part, he came as modeling the Woolwich costume. This is, of course, comes from the Woolwich region of Poland. The dress that the ladies are wearing weighs up to 25 pounds. It's a very thick, heavy wool material, which you can imagine. Yeah, let's give all the Jeff Jin a nice round of applause. You see from when the girls spin, you have all these new colors, and it's really one of our most popular costumes for people to see. We usually wear at weddings that we're performing, which that's another thing. The group, oftentimes, we just festivals, but personal events, weddings, those sorts of things, we're always very happy to appear. And the men, which is, there we go. You're not left out. So the men usually dress in white and green striped trousers that are tucked in high black boots. Their jackets are pleated in the back, and the sash that sits right at the waist. The hats are from thick felt, and which is also not all that nice. But it's certainly a lot easier to wear. So, without further ado, we're going to bring back Andrew, and he's going to talk about the latest dance.
Good afternoon. The Doylestown Polish folk dancers have been in existence since 1949 in the Twin Cities. Originally, it was two groups, one in Minneapolis, sponsored by the PNA, and another group in St. Paul, sponsored by the International Institute. So now to compete with each other, because we have a very limited Polonia in Minnesota, the two groups merged early on, and that's where we are into being Polish folk dancers. Our next set of dances will be dances from the region of Rzeszów. Rachel? Maya? Alina? So bring a gentleman with you. Bring a gentleman with you. So our costumes are from Rzeszów, which is also in southeastern Poland. There's two versions, you might notice. The women's version here is all beaded, and the aprons, of course, are embroidered. But the other married version is very popular with the people with the long jackets and scarves for the ladies. But we just keep young maidens, they're not married. So, without further ado, dances from Rzeszów.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have another round of applause for all our dancers. Thank you so very much, If you'd like to see more dancing, this was our final dances, but we will be back here again, and we're going to be at the stage in the village at 3:45. We'll be right back here at 4:45. Please follow us